Hello and welcome back to Shantae, and hopefully the last part of the quiet post commentary should be for the next 13 and a half minutes, and then we'll be back to live commentary and music, which will be nice. Um, Managed to get a key and got down into the water temple dungeon thing. And then I meet up with my greatest enemy, small gaps full of water. Because turns out it's sometimes a little difficult to overcome, especially when you aren't sure how to do so. Um, Turns out trying to just jump it is not gonna work out all that well. So, gonna do another save state here so I don't have to go all the way up the uh, hole there. Gonna try doing another jump, but doesn't seem to do much of anything. Can't do a crouch jump. Gonna try to do an elbow dash, but as soon as it runs out of room or floor underneath you, you drop like a log, which isn't gonna help. So at this point, I'm trying to jump around. I try to get to the edge, and I keep bonking my head on the ceiling, so that's not gonna work. Doing a somersault kick isn't gonna work. Trying to do a somersault kick and then doing a drill kick, not gonna work. So I am overthinking the hell out of this because you shouldn't have to do any of those special moves to get past this because you probably don't have them. What you have to do is sprint like that. Of course, at that point I realized, oh, there was a hole back there. And then for some reason I tried to do the elbow thing again. That didn't work. So just sprint over and drop. There's a big area over there and a small hole over here where I explore over, realize, okay, well, this is definitely an interesting place. And then I realize, oh, crap, I'm stuck because of course I am. Over here is another drop downward. Didn't want to try that, so started climbing up. First I thought these things were enemies. Turns out, nope, they are just platforms, which is nice. The game is not totally cruel, just mostly. Mostly. And it does give you some solid things to stand on as well, which helps out. And if you go right over here, you're back to where we were before. And then I was an idiot and decided to drop back down into this well. You can tell this is a guilty Let's Play if there is horrible failures like that. Then we hit another one of these crabmen mini-bosses, which is, they aren't hard, but they aren't particularly easy, especially when they're able to dodge or block attacks like that. Luckily, it seems like if you're kind of moving in a certain way, you've got some iframes to be invincible through. And hopefully at some point here I realize that, hey, doing a direct attack doesn't always work, but yep, I can sometimes do a somersault kick, and that does work out. Here I grab a 1-up, which definitely is useful. Go from 2 lives to 4 lives, and I will take that for sure. And then to figure out what was going on here, we start heading down into this long, dark tunnel of doom. And over here there's another 20 gem pot, very useful, while I've got all of the equipment I need to there's no more equipment to buy. There's still lots of items that are single use. And as you can see here, the enemy went through this hole, so there's something further in here. And over here is a warp squid, and the enemy who hit me again. Hey, I found a warp squid. I bet it misses its mommy. Yep. I think that's the second one that I found. I think there's at least 4 of them. And I definitely want to be able to get all of them, so I'd be able to, warp between town and town, because that will speed up life so much faster than having to, sit down and run everywhere, because the overworld map's kind of tough. And here I found out those blue things in particular you cannot kill with your hair. Ah, well. Yep, here I decided to use a vial because I could use some health. Turns out I won't be needing to really worry about this because eventually I will lose all of this progress and be sent back. But of course I had not quite known that I was not recording at the time, and I didn't want to re-record everything, which is why I'm just re-recording the audio commentary, because hey, I can do that hands-free. And it turns out this isn't going to work out because I need a key. That always sucks. So, back to the front with you, Shantae. Back to the front with you. So this whole excursion was, I'm not going to say worthless, but it didn't do much. Yep, and that's when I lost a life there. And at this point, I'm kind of like, I could probably just reload. So, seeing if there's a way to get through the wall to see if there's a hidden area to get one of those keys. Turns out there's not, but past me doesn't know that because past me is a moron. But while we're here, time to head back up and figure out what the heck is going on. Turns out, not much. Just, I was going the wrong direction. One thing I really like about the lighting in here is Shantae does have different sort of color palettes. She's in shadow now, so she's darkened in shadow. But when you get into like normal light, she's illuminated like she would be in the daytime. And if you're in a place with bright lights, you actually see her colors sort of wash out and bleach out, which is really nice attention to detail. So, yeah, way forward, definitely at least paying attention to some things, better than others at least. Yep, because here we're in a normal area, and we've played Skyrim, so fish, snail, fish, fish. This is probably going to be one of those icon puzzles. Yep, it is just like a Skyrim icon puzzle thing. The game does not make you worry all that much. So, fish, snail. Unfortunately, it does kind of mean that your hair is quite a large, has a large hitbox, which normally is good, but in this case, not so much. Yeah, of course, it could turn out like I could have done this a lot easier by going onto the platform to the left, but hey, you know, if I was smart, I'd probably have this game beat by now. Actually, no, this game has a relatively lengthy sort of, you know, amount of hours that you have to put into it. But hey, we found a key and we got thrown into this place that we've already been to before. So, hey, there's some synergy, I guess, there. And from here we can go and utilize that key, because obviously it probably has some use. Of course, I probably should have explored more up there, but hey, stuff for other things to happen to, I guess. Or something. And we're at the 11.5 minute mark. Just 2 more minutes before we go back to live commentary, which would be kind of enjoyable. And getting through all of this backtracking to forward tracking, and well, the gate dropped, but there isn't any mini-boss around here. Nope, this might be a puzzle boss kind of thing. So I left that there, and I decided to, because I didn't see what the solution is to that pillar, I decided to see if I could find the solution elsewhere. And the only way to get elsewhere is further on. But unfortunately, that's locked. And that's locked. This is not going to be a good day. Not going to be a good day at all. Can't leave, can't go forward, and yeah, that's not a good sign. Luckily, the game expects that, and I think that's what unlocks the door to the left. But I didn't know this at the time, because right now I'm just like, oh god, what am I supposed to do with 2 of these, and I don't know what any of them are supposed to look like. Ah, well, let's see if I can't run around and figure things out. I do not figure things out. Well, not until I start regular commentary right now.